when the Waylon song comes on in my truck. I don't turn it down, I turn it up. Hey y'all, I'm Roger Creager and you're tuned in to Southern Currency TV. We're backstage at the Granada Theater here in beautiful Dallas, Texas on a Friday night in the summertime. It's pretty good.
How y'all doing today? This is your host Currency. You're tuning to Southern Currency TV. It is June 22nd, 2012, and we're over here in Dallas, Texas at the Granada Theater. And I'm sitting here with singer-songwriter, country singer, Roger Creager. How you doing?
Doing great, man.
Doing great?
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be performing again at the Granada Theater?
Man, it feels good. I mean, this is I think the third time I've played here. We did a really cool songwriter show here years ago with Radney Foster and Billy Joe Shaver, Randy Rogers. I want to say maybe Wade Bowen. There was a bunch of us here, and we liked it, and came back with my full band here 6 months ago or so. Now we're back.
Pretty excited, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lower Greenville is kind of a hot spot here in Dallas, and this venue. It's right smack in the middle of it. So it's
all the good bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time. Cool. All right. So, we're talking about you performing tonight. How do you decide your set list? Like, how you gonna what songs you're gonna perform?
Man, I don't know. I've got a little kind of a formula that I come up with. About playing a few mid or fast tempo, then one slow one, and kind of build it up again. And we do that 4 or 5 times during the night and try to end on a high note. That's really all there is to it.
And you got your couple hits, here and there. People,
a couple hits. Yeah.
Over the years, everybody's got all the good fans.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. And like, when did you actually start, your career? Well, not so to speak your career, but when did you actually decide you were just like, okay, I'm gonna start, singing, songwriting?
Oh, I guess in college. I used to sit in college and write songs. I was supposed to be taking notes and listening to the professor. I was writing songs. And,
nice little hobby, huh?
Yeah, and it turned out that after college I didn't need to work.
All right,
started a band and started playing those songs.
Yeah, look at you now.
Recorded them and we've made, I guess, 6 records now. And no signs of slowing down.
Sounds good. You had a good start. Excellent. Yeah. What about your first song that you ever wrote and recorded?
Oh man, I don't even know. I can remember the first song I wrote, but I don't remember the first one. I think the first song that I wrote that I recorded, I wrote it, as a young guy, and didn't record it until later in my career, like on my 3rd record or so. So it's not typical, really. Yeah.
All right. Other than singing, like, you play like instruments, like while you're singing, or you have like particular instruments that you just, while you're at home, while you're, riding around and.
Yeah, I mean, my main instruments are guitar and piano.
Okay.
But I play trumpet and harmonica. I can play drums a little bit.
Whole
a little bit of bass, yeah.
Sounds good. All right.
Luckily, everybody in my band is better at all of those instruments than I am.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't do any of them good, but I can do a bunch of instruments, but none of them very good.
All right. So where do you get your I guess this would be for anyone, to know from you, is where do you get your inspiration for your music?
And every song's different. I mean, you come up with sometimes you just have a clever thought. Think, oh, that'd be a good song. Sometimes events in your life happen that you want to write a song about. I've got a song called I Got the Guns, which is just a true story. All I did was make it right.
Yeah, I do like that song. We're going to get to that in a minute. But, okay, so Bob Marley. This is a question I gotta ask because I was like, intrigued by Redemption song. Like, I know you had covered it and you did well. I mean, you did damn. I really enjoyed it. Like, what made you like out of any song to cover? What made you like want to, cover that specific song?
Man, I heard Johnny Cash do a version of that. I grew up in Corpus Christi, which is on the beach. So I've heard Marley songs up and down the beach and in the bars, and when you live on that, that coastal culture, you hear a lot of Marley songs, you hear a lot of Caribbean stuff. So I'd heard that song 100 times. One night I heard Johnny Cash singing it, and it just hit me that, man, nothing says, there's no rules. There's no rules. I can do anything I want to. I can go out and record a Metallica song if I want to. Who's going to tell me I can't? The fans? Well, I mean, they'll tell me they don't like it by not buying it, maybe, but I can do whatever I want to. So I knew that I wanted to do the song. It's just kind of one of those that speaks to you, and that's why it's such a big hit anyway. It speaks from the heart, Bob Marley's heart. And I knew I didn't want a reggae. There's no way I'm going to out reggae Bob Marley. So I just kind of put my own style on it. And at the end of it, got a little bit gospel in it. I was hoping people would like that, and it's could have gotten either way.
Man, it's on my playlist, so
good.
I'm digging it. All right, so you're starting out good. You're expanding across the South. A little bit more up. Eventually, you'll have the whole United States. Hopefully, y'all gonna be doing this thing soon. So, like the majority of the southern states, do you like agree that like that's where like what state would you say in mine? I live in Texas is like really attaching to Roger Craig?
States, I don't know. I mean, we do okay in Oklahoma. We do okay in Louisiana. We've played a lot in Mississippi, Alabama, and we have a lot of fans there. It's really more for us a city by city thing. We do okay in Georgia, Nashville, Tennessee, but frankly, we do better in New York City and Chicago. And probably because those are just bigger cities, and a lot more Texans have moved there and taken their love of Texas music with them. They turn their friends on when they get there, and we do well in those cities too.
All right, well let's go back home to Corpus Christi. Like, what is the atmosphere like? You're going all over. Obviously the people where you're from, know who you are. They've been traveling, with you forever. Like, what's the atmosphere as soon as you get on stage? Like, is it something different, or is it about the same as just you performing anywhere else?
In Corpus, well, I don't know. It's probably the same, but for me, it feels like I need to kind of elevate my performance. These are my people. This is my family. These are my friends. This is where I'm from.
The home team, like
yeah.
baseball.
And I feel like I've got to kind of elevate a little bit. Is it the same? Yeah, it probably is. But for me, I want to show them. These are, all the people that are sitting there scratching their head and saying, "Roger did it. What?" When I come home, I want to make them go, "Okay, yeah, I get it. He's doing great."
All right. Is there any any venue, any city in particular that you're so pumped up and excited to perform at?
There probably used to be. Nowadays we play. We play so many shows in so many cities that I try not to. Whether we're in Podunk, Oklahoma, or in Nashville, I want to bring the same intensity to either show, and I really try to do that. I try to get up for every show, regardless of where it is.
Nashville, yeah, I can see that. Never been there though. It's pretty nice town.
It's like Austin.
Austin, it's rough. Yeah, Austin, awesome. Okay, this question is kind of a from my aunt kind of thing. So she just had, when she heard I was gonna interview you, she was so excited to ask. You have a song, but she also you lean towards talking about cowboys, of course, your own life experiences, even sailors, the military. Is there a reason behind it? Pride.
You talking about cowboys and sailors? Oh yeah. Man, it's kind of a Texas thing. We've got a lot. This is the birthplace of the American cowboy. And here we have all these miles and miles and miles of coastline and ports. Gulf of Mexico, a direct line to the Caribbean and the history of that, the Atlantic Ocean. It just seemed like a cool marriage, cowboys and sailors, and both of them, how they have this freedom that they live by. And that freedom is not only a real one, but it's something that lives in their heart and kind of keeps them who they are, makes them who they are. And my buddy Trent Willman, it was really his idea to write that song. And we wrote that together, and I knew as soon as he told me that I was going to love it.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a veteran myself. I was in the Army for a while, so.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got out about a year ago, but yeah, it was an experience. I did my tour, so
Yeah.
it was interesting. But I mean, everybody that's in the service, they do their thing and they go out there and serve, and it's an experience. So, and we appreciate everything that all the civilians and family and friends do for us.
Yeah. My dad was in the Army, and he was Special Forces. And he instilled in me a real national pride and a pride in the guys that serve. So we don't do enough, but we try to do little things here and there for the men and women in the military.
Well, we appreciate it. It means a lot. More than you think. Especially like care packages. It means a lot. So, like I said, we're going to get into it. I Got the Guns. Obviously, great song. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, I mean, I Got the Guns is just a true story. My mom, her dad, he died when I was young, and I never really got to know him. I was a little, I have 2 or 3 memories, as an 18-month-old child, and that's all. So he made sure that I inherited his guns, that my parents got the house and the savings and the typical stuff, the cars, whatever. And but he said when he died that he wanted me to inherit his guns, and so they've always meant a lot to me. And when I wrote that song up, I've had hundreds of people come to me and tell me that they have a similar story, that those guns mean a lot to them. And sometimes I said, man, I've had people come to tell me that when they heard that song, they've had to pull off the road and made them so emotional that they had to kind of gather themselves a little bit before they could continue driving. And that makes me feel good as a songwriter. But it also lets me know that we struck a chord with that lineage, and being connected to your past and being connected to the land where we grew up, and something as deadly and as beautiful and as majestic, I guess, as guns. Yeah.
It's a good story. I'm glad to finally hear it. That's good. Okay. We'll go with another classic of yours, At the Beer Joint. How did that come about? I mean, that's a huge song.
I'm from the Beer Joint. That's man. I've got a friend named John Evans who had written most of that song. I don't even know, years ago. I don't even know how many years ago, but several years ago. And he never finished it. And we were kind of playing around. We were playing with some ideas and not really getting anywhere. He says, man, we just need to finish. I'm from the Beer Joint. what's that? And then he started playing that first verse, you know. Wow, man, I heard the first verse, I was sold. So we wrote another verse, tweaked something, and wrote a chorus for it. And loved it. Man, it was a #1 song on the Texas music chart for the entire year of 2008. It was one of our more popular songs.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good song. It's like my dad's ringtone. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, it's a good jingle for sure. So everyone wants to know this question: what is a normal day for Roger Creager?
It depends, you know. This summer 2012, we're taking it pretty easy. We've got a show tonight, it's Friday, we've got one tomorrow, Saturday. Well, I've been off all week, so I was Monday and Tuesday down at the coast in Freeport and working on my boat. And, you know, I picked up a new surfboard. And,
All right. So out of all your albums that you put out, like, do you have a favorite? You know, just like one of those albums you're like, I just did.
no. No, I don't. I mean, I have songs that I like more than others, certainly, but the records are kind of like children. You know, they're hard to pick a favorite. You put I put years into each record, and there's just too much of the songs, you know, on each record and such. But no, I don't really have a favorite record. I do very much love our newest one. It's called Surrender. You know, it's like anything else. You know, the longer you do it, the more you do it, hopefully the better you get at it. And you know, this is my latest one, and I'm very proud of it. I like it a lot.
Excellent. Anything upcoming? Anything to look forward to? Shows and obviously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Check our calendar, RogerCreager.com, or Facebook. You can go to Facebook and like our music, like our fan page, whatever you call it, official page, and we'll try to keep you posted on what shows are coming up on that. You know, and I'm always posting stuff. Like I nearly got my head bitten off by a shark a couple years ago. It's on video. We posted that. Saw that?
Sure did.
And,
you got me for a minute.
Yeah. We've got a new, like a greatest hits record that's kind of in the works called The Jolly Rogers.
All right.
So that'll be out next year, and we're just about to start work on that. So we've got some things in the mix, but you know, still doing the same thing, running up and down the dang road, taking our music to the people.
All right, well, as always, it's a pleasure. So thank you for giving us the time to actually come out here and interview. And you know, we'll see you soon.
You got it, man.
Little more than a few old guns handed down the line. Once owned by my nana and papa, but now they're mine.